Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Greg with Ideal Trading Ideas. Today is June 10th, 2021. As you can see, we have Energy Transfer up on the screen. This is their website, and we're going to go ahead and move down on the page. It says Moving America's Energy since 1996. We're going to do a quick read. Energy Transfer is celebrating 25 years as the U.S. midstream energy leader. Co-founded in 1996 by Kelsey Warren and Ray Davis, Energy Transfer is now one of the most diversified publicly traded energy infrastructure partnerships in the country, with more than 90,000 miles of pipeline and associated infrastructure traversing 38 states and Canada, international offices in Canada and Beijing, and nearly 10,000 employees. Right as we scroll down, investors information, ET is sitting at $10.87 a share. They have a press release that was on June 1st, 2021. Energy Transfer LP announces pricing of Series H preferred unit offering. Obviously, you can kind of click on that, find out a little bit more information about it. If you don't know what LP stands for, that's limited partnership. And they have some information right here in regards to their acquisition of Enable Midstream Partners that they pretty much entered into negotiations on February 17, 2021, and it's valued at $7.2 billion, right? We're gonna push forward, and like I always tell you guys, find out where their investors relations tab is. Click on these little three bars. We have about, operations, investors relations, safety and environment, newsroom, and employee portal, right? Kind of scroll down. My favorite area is the SEC filings, because it's going to give you all the information that the company is reporting to the SEC, right? So that's what you're going to want to go to find out all the great and good stuff. We're going to move forward into our Robinhood platform, and as you can see, we have Energy Transfer at $10.83. It says that after or during the day, it didn't change, it ended flat, right? And after hours, it went down 4 cents or negative 0.37% after hours. We're going to go through the chart really quick. 1 week chart up 42 cents or positive 4.03%. 1 month chart up 95 cents or positive 9.56%. 3 month chart up $2.68 or positive 32.88%. 1 year chart up $1.88 or positive 21.01%, and the 5 year chart we're down $2.87 or negative 20.95%. As we scroll down, you see that I don't own anything in Energy Transfer, but we are looking at that price to see whether or not we could possibly get in for an option trade. We're going to move forward, take a look at Yahoo Finance and what it says. Fair value is at undervalue. Chart event is bullish pattern detected for the MACD. And then short term, 2 weeks to 6 weeks up, mid-term, 6 weeks to 9 months down, and long-term, 9 month plus up, right? We can scroll down, take a look. They have a little bit of news out there that you can click on, kind of find out different information for this. You know, obviously they have their earnings right here showing you they missed quarter 2, missed quarter 3, missed quarter 4. They beat quarter 1 2021, and quarter 2 2021 hasn't came out. They have financials, annual and quarterly, revenue and earnings right there. We have the recommendation trend, and as you can see, recommendation rating, they have a 1.8 between 1 and 2, which is a strong buy. We have analyst price targets. They have 17 of them with the average of $12.88. And with the low being $9 and the current being at $10.87, with the high of $17. We have upgrades and downgrades with Susie, with the maintain at outperform, and then we have Wells Fargo that push it to overweight, right? So as we push forward, we're going to take a look at analyst price targets for E-Trade, and they have an average price target of $13.38 with a high of $17 and a low of $12. In the last 3 months, 8 ranked analysts set 12-month price targets for ET. The average price target amongst the analysts is $13.38. Analysts compare their price target to the current market price of the stock to determine how much potential upside or downside movement there could be in the stock's price. As we scroll down, we see those are the price targets, with 17 being the high, the mid being 12, and the low being 13.38, which is the average price target, right? You scroll down a little bit, and as you can see, these are the different people that gave you the price targets. You obviously can click on their articles and read pretty much what they were saying different times. There are 3 different pages for this, so that means there's quite a few people that's putting out information in reference to these price targets. We're going to kind of push forward, take a look at the fact that they pay dividends, right? So we have ET dividend history. Ex-dividend date was on May 10, 2021. Dividend yield is 5.66% with an annual dividend of 61 cents per share, right? With a PE ratio of 8.77. I like to go right into 2020 just to see what was going on during the pandemic. Obviously, they were paying out about 30 cents per share every quarter, right? And every 3 months. So here we go. They continue to pay out that 30 cents for 3 quarters. And then on the 4th quarter, they obviously had cut their dividend in half, and now it's 15 cents, and they've kind of continued on with that during 2021. So 2021, they've paid out 2 quarters worth of dividends. They have 2 more quarters to go before we end out the year in terms of their dividend payout. And we're going to move forward into our TradingView platform just to see exactly what's going on. So they closed at 10.87. They're at pre-market 10.86 right now, down 1 cent. Upcoming earnings on August 11th. EPS is 1.25. Market cap is 29.387 billion with a dividend yield of 5.61 and a PE of 875. Right now, remember on TradingView they give you an overview, ideas, technicals, and financials. And as we scroll down, you have different people's ideas, the technicals, right there around buy range, financials, price history, dividends, margins, balance sheet, income statements, and operating matrix. And this person put off May 26th short, so they believe it's going to sell off. With ET long-term chart, they believe it's going to go up. This was May 18th. Another person, price target of 1280, came in at May 15th. So you can kind of look through people's ideas and kind of get a feel of what they believe may happen. We're going to push forward. If you click on trade now, it'll give you the chart. And as you can see, we've already mocked up our chart, right? So we didn't go too far down the line when it came to ET this time. Like we do with some of our other stocks, we stopped at 2018. We're going to kind of push down further later on. But as you can see, 2018, they hit a high of $19.33 and a low of about $11.69. We're going to 2019, and they had a high of about $16.01 and a low of about $10.85. And then 2020, they had a high of about $13.87 and a low of about $3.76. So anybody that got in that $3.76 area, you're probably smiling, right? So what we actually have mocked up is this little golden line, which is going to be considered our pivot point, short-term support or resistance, depending on where the stock falls at. And as you can see, it went up to this area at one point, short-term resistance, boom, hit it, and it made its way back down before kind of going up. Now, anytime it stops around this area, that's going to be considered a short-term resistance area. As you can see, it reversed, went back down before going back up, and it kind of used that twice. It hit it twice, went down before finally coming up and breaking through and starting a new area, right, before going sideways and then finally going up and breaking through that resistance that was right there. Boom, came through. And then we start looking at our blue line, which is our support line, which, as you know, support lines start acting as resistance lines. So that's our 2019 support that's acting as a resistance line right now. So possibly we may go up to the next support line, which is going to be acting as a resistance, which is 1169. And then we may kind of drop back down. That's what I feel may happen. Possibly drop back down to that 1085 area before kind of going back up, cutting through that resistance line, making its way back up to right around this area, the bottom of this area right here, which is probably at $12 and change before kind of reversing, coming back down to the high 10s, and then finally cutting through and going back up to that $13.87 range. So personally, I feel that, hey, ET will make it to what the analysts are talking about, going up to this area right here, 1338, 1388, so on and so forth, and possibly could kind of reach even further. So I think it's a long, but there are other possibilities that could happen. Obviously, I give you pretty much 3 possibilities. It could go down at this resistance area, support line acting as a resistance. It could go down. It could kind of go sideways if it wanted to, or it could kind of go down below the pivot area and hit this area right here again, and then finally come back up. It could start going sideways a little bit and then finally breaking through and making its way up. So our hopes is that it does make its way up to that $13 area. Personally, I'll put my money on that. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you exactly what I plan on doing with my money. And once again, man, I really do appreciate you guys taking a look at the video. Please like, subscribe to the channel. If anything I can do to help you, please let me know. Have a great day. Bye.